Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I didn't expect that quick of a response, but as it turns out, I have a good friend that is needing some advice. So um, here we are. Uh, Her question was, how as an adult can you move past family abandonment? And that's a tricky subject. And there's no real right way or correct way to answer it. Um, First, we need to address the issue of attachment and how we attach ourselves to people and why, and um, what value we place in who we have in our lives. And family plays a very important role in our development and our safety net and our support system. And when they decide that you are no longer important or valued in their lives, how do you move forward from that? It's a tough thing. Um, so you need to first evaluate yourself. What are those traits that they called attention to that cause them to walk out of your life? Take a good hard look at those things. Um, if there's some validity to what they said, you need to address those issues. Um, and if there's those issues that um, you really can't change, which most things you can change, but there are some things that you can't change. Some situations. Um, how do you deal with that? Well, you do your best to mitigate those issues that have caused strife in your life, that have caused people to walk out on you. And if you can't, then you need to find people that will accept you. Because family, as an adult, is, I wouldn't say not as important, but you can choose who's in your life. I have a guy that I've been friends with for uh, going on 20 years now that I call him my little brother. And actually, it's more than 20 years. Um, but I call him my little brother, and he's just as much family as my own brothers. And I love him to death. And I want nothing but the best for him, and I'd be there for him in a heartbeat. So you need to look at who is your support system now. And you need to find those good people that can be there for you and want to be there for you. Not everybody can or wants to. A lot of people just want to use you for whatever. And you got to get rid of those people. Um, you got to constantly evaluate who is in your life and why and what value they add to your life. Whether it be support system, whether it be, someone that financially that has your back, or, you know, that will just drop everything at a dime and be there right at your side. Those are the people you need to find. But those relationships take time, and family is supposed to be there in those times. What if they're not? you know. Not all family feels obligated. Not all family wants to be there. And that's fine. That's their choice. Um, the way I deal with the people that are not in my life, that are family, is out of sight, out of mind. I don't think about them. I don't need to think about them. I have really good people in my life, family wise, that I adore. And that's who's important to me. Find those people, whether they be blood related or not. Um, so, first, make sure you evaluate who's in your life. Then, evaluate yourself. Um, Make sure you look at your own toxic traits. And then, spend time with those people that you think exhibit those traits that you need to be part of your support system. And that's basically it. That's how you deal with abandonment as an adult. As a child, there's a lot more ramifications, um, especially as a child, because when my mom and dad got divorced, I felt abandoned by my dad, and um, it tainted a lot of my relationships moving forward. Didn't trust people. Didn't feel like I could rely on a lot of people, and um, harsh lessons, but come to find out, you really can't rely on a lot of people. But it's good to know that. So there's there's knowledge in pain, and a diamond doesn't become polished without an abrasive substance to rub against it. So learn to acknowledge the pain and the life lessons that are brought about by it. And like I keep saying, everything in life is temporary, even life itself. So enjoy the time you have with people that are in your life while you have that time. When it's time to move on, move on. If they become consistent parts of your life, great. Even better. If they're inconsistent, keep them at an arm's length. Let their actions dictate how much they are involved in your life and how attached you get to them. But always realize that that attachment that you feel towards that person is your expectations. And not everybody's going to live up to your expectations. A lot of people are going to disappoint you. And you're going to disappoint a lot of other people. That's just life. That's just human interactions. Or social beings that have in Freudian terms, id, that drives us to do selfish things. And it's up to our ego and superego to kind of manage that. And the way I look at the id, ego, and superego is like, those old cartoons where you have a character and on your one shoulder there's an angel, and one shoulder there's a devil, and then there's you in the middle. The devil's the id, the angel's the superego, and you're the ego. So, your ego is where you decide between the angel and the devil on your shoulders. So, a lot of people are impulsive and will do things for selfish reasons and will do destructive things. And not be malicious about it, but hurt you. You got to be forgiving of those type of people. But if it's constantly hurting you, it's a constant behavior. It's a constant trait, and that's toxic. And you don't need that in your life. Um, but if you're the one that's doing the constant toxic behavior, you need to change that and be able to have the ability to build relationships. And you can't build good, solid relationships by being toxic. So that's my advice. Evaluate yourself, evaluate your circle, and realize that everything in life is temporary, even life itself. So once you start seeing that and how attachments play a role in how you feel about people and your expectations, you start really being able to appreciate that precious time that you get with people. And if they're no longer in your life, that's their loss. Move on. It's easier said than done, but move forward. It's healthy for you to move forward. Move on to bigger, better things, to better people, to better friendships, to better relationships. Love yourself enough to not let other people's toxic traits become toxic to you. And don't be toxic to others. So, that's my advice. If that worked for you, I'm happy. If not, let's keep talking. And we'll keep trying to work on things that will make your life better. So, thank you for watching, and have a good day.